JazzCast Pros.
Welcome to the Healthy Illness Podcast. I am your host, Kelly Marie, and the Healthy Illness Podcast is all about helping you build healthier relationships while living with mental health conditions. That's what I do on a daily basis, is to live with mental health conditions and navigate the world that we know. In this episode, you will walk away having experienced a moment or two of mindfulness. You know that I practice mindfulness and meditation, and I want to take some time and be purposeful and full of intention in sharing what I've learned with you. So today's podcast is all about mindfulness. We're going to practice it. I'm going to do very little explaining about mindfulness, but I want to keep it real and have a real mindful experience. Today's episode is brought to you in part through my experience with Little John's mindfulness album. I have reviewed it. You've heard it. You heard my review. If you haven't, it's episode 7. Not sure, but it says Little John in the title. And I want to acknowledge what I loved about it, even though I felt that particular practice and exercise a little difficult. And so you may hear in the background today being purposeful and leaving the windows open because that is life. Like we experience life with sound. If you have the ability to hear, you experience life with sound. And so I want that sound to be a part of our time today, if in fact you can hear it, and you may not. But with that, you have sound in your background, unless you've got on some amazing headphones that are noise canceling, right? There's always going to be sound in the background of your life. And so with that, I just want to say thank you for listening, welcome you to JazzCast Pros Network and the Healthy Illness Podcast. And this is an intro of sorts if you have not practiced mindfulness or experienced mindfulness, but in a way that I believe is culturally relevant to the experience, primarily of Black folks, but of many Indigenous people. Asterisks, we're all Indigenous to some place. So I want to throw that out there and hold that in this understanding of where we are as a nation, and the experiences that we are going through together as a nation. And so this episode is purposely, specifically recorded for Black Americans. And that does not mean if you're not a Black American, you can't find something in today's podcast, or that this exercise is not or won't be beneficial to you. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that that is the intention and goal with which this episode was developed. So I hold that space for myself and for you. So before we start, I just want to acknowledge, something that is really real. For many of us, the word mindfulness or meditation might feel foreign or uncomfortable. We might think it's about sitting perfectly still or clearing our minds completely, or honestly following practices that don't belong to us. And I want you to know that's not what we're doing here today. At its core, mindfulness is simply this. It's paying attention to the present moment with care, without judgment. That's it. Nothing fancy, just breathing, noticing, and being with ourselves. And so the truth of it, Black folks have always practiced mindfulness, even if we didn't call it that. When our grandparents sat on the porch in the evening and rocked slowly in the rocking chairs, that was mindfulness. When we sang spirituals, letting the rhythm carry our pain and our hope, that was mindfulness. When the church says, be still and know, that was mindfulness. So mindfulness is not new to us. It's in our DNA. It carries back to the continent and is not just about our space here as Black Americans. But it is an example of how our people survived in this country, on this land. It's how we held on to dignity. It's how we held on to peace and joy in the face of all the struggles. So now I want us to try something simple together. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to do it perfectly because there is no such thing. Just give yourself permission to pause for a few minutes. Okay? So close your eyes if that feels safe for you. If not, just soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. You're already practicing mindfulness. Now, I want you to notice your body. Notice the chair holding you up or the floor under your feet. Notice the air moving in and out of your lungs. Notice your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. If thoughts pop up about what you need to do later, or doubts about whether or not this works, that's okay. Just notice them and gently bring yourself back to your inhale and your exhale. Now with each inhale, silently say, I am here. And with each exhale, this moment is mine. With each inhale, say, I am here. And with each exhale, this moment is mine. You don't have to escape your thoughts. You don't have to empty your mind. You just have to be present right here, right now. Mindfulness isn't about becoming someone different. It's about coming home to yourself. Take one last deep inhale and hold it gently and exhale slowly. So one last inhale in, hold, exhale slowly. And when you're ready, open your eyes. That's it. That's mindfulness. Simple, human, and ours to claim. If this is a practice that is not new to you, my hope is that it expands your space and understanding and experience with meditation and mindfulness. If this is new to you, I hope that it expands your understanding and grasping of mindfulness and meditation. And I hope you found a moment of peace, a moment of relaxation, a moment that is all yours. And so, like I said earlier, there's no right way. It's not about the perfect sit. It's not about clearing the mind and thinking about nothing. It's the mind's job to think. That's its function, to make sure all of the things in the body are running, to make sure you're not in danger, to let you know if there is danger, right? It is the mind's, the brain's responsibility to think. And so this is not an exercise to remove yourself from the process of thinking, but to step into it a little more and begin to control where the mind goes, what it thinks about, and how it thinks, but without judgment. And so if your mind was all over the place for those few minutes that we were in that space of mindfulness and meditation, that is okay. It is perfectly normal. The brain is doing what it does, thinking. And so through this practice, through repeated exposure to mindfulness, through having a time and place and space for you to practice mindfulness, for you to take a seat in your thought process, I encourage you to take that time to build in a moment or two, however it fits into your schedule, to begin to sit with it being the thoughts. And I know that is not safe for you always. It may not be safe for you, And if not, I encourage you, if you're ready, to consider why and to find resources like a therapist or a healing circle. There are self-help books out there that will help guide you through working through the issues that make mindfulness perhaps feel unsafe for you. Sitting with your thoughts feeling unsafe for you, because there's a reason why. My hope today is that you're not in that space, but I understand if you are. And we're in this journey together. And so as we grow together collectively, as we move through mindfulness, and I'm going to begin to share more moments with you, mindful moments with you. But as we begin to participate together in this space, I hope that it provides you with, again, moments of clarity, moments of peace, and moments of joy. If you are looking for a therapist or you are feeling unsafe in this moment or need someone to talk to, please dial 211 if you're looking for a therapist or community supports, and dial 988 if you are in danger of hurting yourself or hurting others. If you are in a place of wanting to take your life, of not wanting to live, please dial 988 or head to your nearest hospital. My desire is that you are your happiest, healthiest self, and that you will continue on this journey with me. So until the next time, we're going to do some more mindfulness work, but also covering some topics around self-care and what that looks like, and honestly, the privilege of self-care, because that's a real thing, and work through what that looks like. And of course, doula work. If you live in the state of New York and are a person that uses Medicaid for their medical insurance and you're pregnant, doulas are covered through your Medicaid insurance. And I encourage you to reach out if you are interested in having a doula with you on your birth experience. I am a doula. And if you listened to a couple episodes ago, the conversation I had with Shannon Johns, who is a doula, but also the founder of Calm Nature Doula Services and Center. That is the organization through which I do my doula work. And so I encourage you to reach out to us. You can reach me directly through frontseatlife@gmail.com, and we can talk and I can point you in the right direction. If you are not in New York State and are interested in a doula, you can, there are several states, if you have Medicaid as your medical insurance, that pay for doula services. And I believe there's a couple of private pay organizations, insurance companies that do pay for doula services, but you are always able to pay out of pocket for a doula and doula services if you do not have that as a covered part of your medical insurance. So I encourage you to check out what your insurance covers and reach out to me if you are in New York State, primarily Western New York, and you are interested in doula services. Until the next time, big shout out to Jazzy T and all of the hosts on the JazzCast Pros Network. And to you, my friend, be the light.